Hello, 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 everyone. We are back with Metroid Prime 4, and I am back with a mostly stable internet connection. It's actually been pleasant all day with no issues. Just knocking on wood to be safe. Also, goddamn, 465 streams.
Welcome home.
Shut up. Alright. Oh. Oh, we just started and I already yawned. So that's a good sign. Xeno. Question. The cannon over here, can I use it again? Do you happen to know? Can I use it and get out of here, or do I have to walk my happy ass back to the Soul Valley entrance? Do you happen to know? Oh, thank God. Okay. It's apparently something I haven't done in
Don't worry
here.
about me. I'll be fine.
Ah, current. But I can't do that because I don't have electric shots. Alright, cargo launcher. It's me. I'm the cargo. So, today has been mostly uneventful. My replacement DualShock 4 arrived. So I'm going to be testing that out tomorrow. It's fully charged. It's refurbished and it rattles, so not the best sign. But it at least charged. So I'm going to try it out tomorrow with both the PS4 and the Steam Deck, and I'm going to hopefully be able to actually use it for more than 3 hours at a time. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to buy a DualShock 4 new. I had to buy it refurbished. The fuck am I? I recorded 6 flashbacks into the intercontinental cargo launch wasn't an artillery shot. I guess I'm just here. Oh God, I'm so tired. I don't. Cool. Okay. Alright. I don't know if those big giant rocks are important, but I'm marking them. Is there a way to place another kind of marker? Okay, I have yawned 3 times, and I have been live for 6 minutes. If I yawn one more time and it's not 7:30, I'm going to make coffee. I am going to do it. Yeah, there's no way I can place a marker and actually see it on my mini-map, which is a little annoying. Is it on your mini-map? No. I mean, like, up here at the edges of the mini-map. So that way I can use it as guidance, not to mark something, to tell me where something is so I can go there. Like, you know the beacons in a... What I mean is like a beacon, not a marker, a beacon. Something like the columns of light that you can place in Breath of the Wild. Galactic Federation signal detected beneath the sand surface. Source can be freed with a strong pull. Strong pull. Alright. Do I have anything that I can do this with? Probably not. No, I can just grasp motes, it looks like. So there's some kind of telekinetic item, or upgrade then. Well, I don't know what that is, so I'm just gonna mark it that way. Here with that. Where was I? I was talking about how uneventful my day is, but some stuff happened. The DualShock 4 arrived. The technician came by and there was nothing wrong with the cable modem, so whatever issue we're having has to do with the pole. And apparently a second technician was supposed to come to do that, and they never showed up. However, the internet has been fine all day, so maybe it fixed itself. I don't know. What else? Nothing much else happened except I saw a possum in the yard. I don't know if it's the same one I saw yesterday, but it might be. It's pretty big. Sand Griever. Griever variant adapted to Soul Valley's desert climate. Like other Griever types, it is extremely agile and highly aggressive. Alright, that's another yawn. Wrong button. I'm making coffee. You can't stop me. I almost muted the capture card. That's not what I meant to mute. Alright. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, sorry about that. I have a medium roast from a company called Donut Shop. Or Donut Shop Coffee, something like that. I am pretty fond of this coffee, but I usually I'm drinking their decaf. Bitch. Leg for a Galactic Federation heavyweight golem. Movable parts appear undamaged. Expectation of normal function when attached to the body over 90%. Chat. Is there going to be a golem side quest? Or a main quest? Boost rail. Because I feel like that's what it's leading up to with all this. Or cannot be opened. That's it. Fuck you. Me. The real question is that the Galactic Federation troopers will let you drive. I still don't know what this is. I've been using the landmark feature to mark stuff that I don't know what it is. It's like, I mean, with the markers, it's very clear that this is upgrades, this is a landmark, this is a boss, this is an E-tank, or an energy tank, this is a missile expansion, or probably just an ammo expansion in general. But I don't know what this is. Some kind of square thing, and it's something I haven't seen yet. Because it seems to be missile expansions and ammo expansions. Hello. Also, when you said GF troopers, I read it as girlfriend troopers at first. That's why I paused before I said it, because I almost just said girlfriend troopers out loud. I just want you to know that. Large elevator for wheeled vehicles connects to the Skytram. Touch the center hologram to activate. You're welcome and or I'm sorry. Shut up, Mackenzie. Secure fixture for attaching a wire used by maintenance tanks to quickly ascend and descend. Grapple mode.
Check the map.
I only use that abbreviation that way in here, so that was a logical way to parse it. Yeah, it's just I also obviously use GF a lot to refer to Sorrow and the other one. Wrong button. Yeah, I wonder how my other girlfriend feels about me referring to her as the other girlfriend. I don't know what else to call her. Because she doesn't want to be identified, I guess. I don't fully understand it, but I am respecting her wishes. So. Soul Valley and Icebelt. Keep pressing on the fucking button. At least saying the other GF is better than saying GF1 and GF2. True. No, the reason why I said the other GF is because I'll name drop Sorrow. Everyone knows who Sorrow is. Because she's actually active in my community. Ironically, I'm not as active in her community because I'm not really able to be around for her streams. So I post in her server infrequently, but I'm almost never able to actually catch one of her streams because she streams so late. I wish I could. Otherwise I'd be there more often, but I can't stay up that late. Cryopod. Your packed container installed with independent cooling systems for preserving an organism at extremely low temperatures. Its circuitry is exposed. Most powerful lung spinner, but I don't have the boost ball, so I can't spin it. Alright, cool. Now, usually there's only one secret, excuse me, only one secret per room. I think. Usually. That doesn't mean this game will always do that. I watch Sorrow sometime, but I always either am already actively busy or just completely miss her. She usually goes live after I go to bed, so I can't stay up that late. She's also 2 hours behind me, because she's on the West Coast and I'm in the Midwest. So, like, it kind of makes sense that she can go live so late, at least compared to me, because she's literally 2 hours behind me. Now, that being said, she does stay up an awful lot. So, let me release on the other side. Alright, not quite sure what good that did. Oh, probably moves the oh, I see. You gotta move the crane over there, and then I can open the thingy and get the thingy out. Cool, cool, cool. Gonna listen to me and narrate at the same time. So she is still alive. Okay. Hey, little guy. Crustacean morphology, ice crawler. Well adapted to freezing temperatures, it remains active even in low temperatures and possesses a relatively soft carapace covered in sharp thorns. You there? Little fella. Passage blocked by a large ice formation. The ice is thickened over time, becoming part of the wall, requires extreme heat to clear. Alright, I can't do anything about that, so I can't do this area yet. It is kind of cute. He's just a little fella. You wouldn't hurt a little fella, would you? I would. I don't think you would. Usually if my sole interaction with a critter in a game is only being able to kill it, I'm going to kill it. Mostly joking. Mostly joking. There are some games where I do try to avoid killing enemies that are like not actively trying to kill me. But sometimes they just get in the way. Like how I exploded you for that behavior with accidentally perfect timing. What game was that? Because I know that it happened recently, but I don't remember the game nor the context. What was that? I just know it happened recently. Oh, that's right. It was probably like the Wolfies or Woofies, whatever they're called. It's not Woolies, because I think the Woolies are Bubsy. Yeah, it was the Wolfies or Wolfies, whatever they're called. Probably at the probably in the mall. One of the malls. There's like two. All right. Oh, God, this map is so huge. That's the Volt Forge. That's the Chrono Tower. All right. We just go east. Whew. Wow, this is a whole lot of nothing. All right, wait a minute. Chat, I'm gonna do an experiment. I am going from one end of this map to the other. I'm gonna try to go as like straight ahead as I can. I'm right about, let's say, here. Point myself very nearly directly east. I'm gonna time it. Stopwatch on my phone. Assuming I can get into my phone without locking myself out of it. And then when we get to the other end where this other area is, at the opposite corner of the map, I want you all to tell me how many notable landmarks you saw. Just anything. Starting now. There's some crystals. It's fine, because I have to come back to this area later anyways. So going as dead east as I can. And there's a rock. I guess that's kind of a landmark.
If you're unsure where to go, you can always explore the unsurveyed areas.
That's what I'm doing! Thank you, game. Alright. So we're basically almost there. It's about... Okay, so it only took about a minute and 22 seconds to traverse all this, but there was nothing. Cool. There was nothing. The only landmark I saw was my destination. There's no rock formations. There's no, like, giant pieces of debris. There's no ruins. Nothing. Technically passed by, like, 4 to 6 items. Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about landmarks, like, actually interesting stuff to explore. And there's nothing. It's just desert. Alright. I'm gonna retrace my path and see if there really was something that I missed. I mean, the open area is a lot smaller than it looks. It looks massive, but it only took me about a minute and 20 seconds to go from one end to the other. Okay, maybe I missed something. No, there was this. Okay, so there was at least one landmark. I just missed this. Yes, I know. I am checking something out, my guy. Yes! Yes! I know! I am doing something. Girlfriend debris. Now that I've said that out loud, I actually don't like that. There is another hive somewhere. Wait, it's a forearm for a golem. Tabbed over to my Twitch following live page and alt-tabbed back in the browser and just saw your Twitch go live notification. From checking Discord. Huh? Do you mean the one that Twitch sends out? How do I, like, get this down? Well, that thing is just gripped onto that for dear life. The on Twitch thing. Have you never seen it before? I haven't changed it since I started streaming. It's been the same thing for 4 years. I think it's something about cookies. Oh, or do you mean that it just took forever to send? Alright, well this is cool and all, but there's a whole lot of nothing I can do with it. The ladder? Oh, okay. A whole lot of nothing I can do here. I can zoom in? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh dear lord, it's... Alright, it's cataloging the mech parts, which means there's something I can do over there. Alright, the game really wants me to go down here for some reason. The most effective means of destroying things is Akira sliding into them. What is shooting at me? Oh, bye. I've been in here for most of the 44 minutes you've been live, and I've been on Twitch pages continuously that whole time. I see. Yeah, Twitch be twitching. Bird bat thing. Cats are so misunderstood. I watched a video the other night of a bat eating a bat that was rescued eating a banana. The little fella was not happy. The moment he was presented with that banana, he perked up. It was really cute. One of my good streamer friends is a bat, Lily Bat. Hope she's doing okay. I haven't heard from her in a while. She hasn't streamed in a while either, now that I think about it. Yeah, this desert could be significantly smaller. Wrong button. Psychic lift. Green energy crystals collected by ancient Lemorn in anticipation of the prophesied chosen one. Strong impact will break the crater. Or container. Or the crater. We'll do that too. Well, I am the chosen one, so I will relieve this of its stuff. Is it bad that I say I am the chosen one and the very first thing I think of is, God, hey, you are the chosen one. What's wrong? What if I can't get it up? Classic Oni. Except, I'm pretty sure that parody came out when the most recent movie was the third one. So... Anyways, fuck Harry Potter. Oh, hello, there's a lot of stuff to scan. Along with an electrically conductive decoration at its center. It is etched with alloys that instantly amplify currents. Linked to a device that activates when all... Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Cylindrical stone left secured by plate-shaped clasps. Clasps can be released with the surrounding pylons. I think I need to fire an electric psychic shot through all of these. Which I currently can't do. You haven't seen this? That's funny. I just happened to pass by this because it took a different route. Second a sip of coffee. Fucking hell. Ring of Thunder Shrine. Interesting. Do you mind? Alright. Well, that looks like a volcano in the distance, and it's something that I think Mackenzie was talking about. Also, chat, I said, I think a couple months ago that I was considering not doing Metroid Mania next year. I think I am. I don't know if I actually said this, but I am actually going to do it this year, or next year. It's going to be the Prime trilogy. I'm going to try to 100% all 3 games. So that I don't fuck up and miss something. And if I need to fill time, I'm also going to throw in Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission. So, whereas this year's Metroid Mania was nothing but Castlevanias, and thus the Vania part of Metroid, or Metroidvania, this year it's going to be the Metroid part of Metroidvania. Ooh. Cargo launcher. No. Car don't go launcher. Cargo beep beep. Fuck it. Why do I keep pressing that button specifically? Rotational energy. Alright, I don't have... It requires the boost ball and I don't have that. I'm back about doing a quick chore and grabbing a snack that I missed in the past few minutes, other than the first half of this topic. I found a room Zeno hadn't been into. That's about it. I was talking about plans for May of next year. I'm gonna be streaming Metroid games for May. For an event that I call Metroid Mania, where I stream Metroidvanias for the entire month of May. Oh, I could scan that if that was any other object. Fuck you. Viola spinner temporarily. Lock will release from steel. Emergency. Yeah, no, all I did was find a room. Or a rubber room. A room full of rats. Rats make me crazy. Okay. Well, there's gonna be another emergency in a moment. Alright, I don't know what was going on with him. I almost said I wish I had a sprint button. I almost don't need a sprint button. If you need a sprint in a Metroid game, you just go into boost ball. I mean morph ball and then boost. Yeah, I do 2 marathons every year. I do a horror marathon in October and a Metroidvania marathon in May, which I call Metroid Mania. I am running out of Metroidvanias that I haven't already played, so I'm probably going to have to start replaying games. Next year would be perfect to do the Prime Trilogy. Originally, my plan was to do the Prime Trilogy leading up to Prime 4, but because of how close the reveal of the release date was to my October marathon, I wasn't able to fit the games in. Plus, there was some concern over the Wii U, and that hasn't fully been resolved. Yes, thank you for telling me exactly where it is. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that I didn't get a chance to explore it first. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Energy gel seeping through the rock surface. The green energy in the planet's magma is filtered up at the stratum, causing it to emerge as a gel. It's a crustacean. Significant leak from a lava transport pipe. Lava can be made to solidify if cooled quickly. Overflow pressure will force it to revert soon after. So I could probably freeze up the ice beam, but I don't know what... Oh, hello. Didn't know what good that would do me. I only noticed that they just went green energy and green crystal, not anything even slightly more elaborate. So I've heard one of the complaints that people have with this game is that in Prime 1, 2, and even 3, you get glimpses into what the Chozo, the Luminoths, and any of the areas in 3 were like prior to collapse through the scans. And in this game, you don't get any hints of what the Lamorne were like. Other than there was a machine era, and then they decided to go against the machines or something, and some little things about priests here and there. But you don't get to see that culture like you do for the Chozo in Prime 1, the Luminoths in Prime 2, or any of the areas in Prime 3. Yeah, you get some, I guess, but not only is it just not as much, it's not as memorable. Like in Prime 1, you actually can read about the Chozo slowly going insane from the effects of the Phazon. And how they knew ahead of time that they were all going to die out. And with the Luminauts, you can read about, you can find scans which give you hints for stuff later in the game of what befell some of the warriors who had the Sky Temple keys. I don't remember anything about the scans in Prime 3. But also, in Prime 1 and 2, you get lore about the space pirates. So you get to learn about what the space pirates are doing, them reverse engineering Samus's equipment, and the horrible side effects of them doing that, like a rather horrifying description of what happened to a space pirate that was attempting the morph ball technology. And in Prime 2, the space pirates are personified as bumbling idiots feeding pet food to the Metroids. Was that Prime 1? That might have been Prime 1. And then in Prime 3, they slowly begin to worship. You can read the space pirates' descent into madness as they slowly begin or go from fearing Dark Samus to worshipping her. And in this game, it seems like our main enemy is Sylux and his forces. We don't get anything about him so far. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Like, we fought Sylux once, and it wasn't even him. So, as much as it sucks to say, this is probably going to wind up being my least favorite of the Prime games. So I'm just trying to line that up because it makes me feel good. I like that I can line it up. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, sorry. This is probably going to wind up being my least favorite of the Prime games. Now, I haven't played Hunters. Let me rephrase that. I haven't finished Hunters. I'm going to try to at some point. But I don't know when. Honestly, Hunters is more worth playing for the multiplayer. Because it's actually... the multiplayer mode is like the best part of the game. It's so good. For a DS FPS, it is incredibly good FPS multiplayer. And I really hope that we can get another Metroid Prime arena shooter like Hunters' multiplayer, because it's just really fun. And I think it would be even better if we could get it with more traditional controls. The main problem with scans in this game is there's no keywords. Like in Prime 1, if something was said to be made of Bendesium, you know what you needed to break it, and this is just a strong impact. The small descriptions and bits I've seen in this, though I agree more deeper stuff. Deeper stuff like them. The glorious queen, Dark Samus. A sort of science in the prophecies on Bryo, the Steam Lords, and or the other St. Pete machines on Lucia. Yeah, I just don't remember Prime 3 too well. So I have played Prime 4, or Prime 1, multiple times across GameCube, Wii, and Switch. I've done, I think, 1 or 2 playthroughs on Wii, at least 3 on GameCube. And when Prime Remastered came out, counting my stream of it, I played through it 4 times in the same year, and 2 of them were in the same month. And I played Prime 2 at least 3 times, once on Wii and twice on GameCube. I have only played Prime 3 once. It has been on my list to replay it for quite some time. We have both the standalone and the trilogy version of Prime 3. I decided that when I was going to replay Prime 3, it would be...
Welcome to the Fantasy Zone. Get ready.
Oh my god, thank you, Ujaya, for the Prime resub. 31 months. Goddamn. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Fantasy Zone. I gotta change that text. I forgot to do that. But, as always, what was I saying? Oh, when I was going to... I only played through Prime 3 once, and I wanted to replay it, but I told myself I'm not going to play the standalone version, I'm just going to replay the Trilogy version. And then we got a hacked save file for Trilogy that gives you all the friend vouchers you need to unlock everything, since they're impossible to obtain now. And I said, okay, then the next time I replay the Prime Trilogy, it's going to be on Wii, so we can take advantage of that. And then I never did it. Off stream for a while, like almost a year straight, I was busy with Monster Hunter and the Yakuza series. And then I was still putting my main focus in the Yakuza series. And then I thought, okay, I'll just stream the Prime Trilogy, and I was going to stream it this year, but I wasn't able to test the Wii U in time, so I just ended up streaming the Castlevania games, and now I'm going to try to stream it next year. It's my long-winded way of saying that I will eventually play Prime 3 again, but I didn't get my chance to do it. Can I scan this? Yes. Oh, interesting. Okay, but there's like stuff for me to scan. I know I can like be on the motorcycle and scan it, but I don't wanna. Whenever I hear that, my brain auto-completes it to "Welcome to the family, son." Welcome to the family, son. Get ready. Just remembering to give my Prime. Always appreciate it, you Joe. A very random thought. Power suit variant with Orokin primed Warframe aesthetic. Okay. I want to commission someone to make that, because I want to see that now. That sounds awesome. A Metroid Warframe crossover where Samus discovers the Orokin ruins and tries to help a remaining Orokin, only to realize they're the baddies. So instead of protecting their legacy, she tries to destroy it. Okay, I need to see that now. Lava pressure control terminal opens and closes the main pipe's lava discharge valve to adjust the level of the lava lake and manage transport rates. Alright, so that's a boost ball thing. Yeah, it's a spinner. Move, damn it. Oh, hang on, this thing's not open. Fug. Flare Pool. I have an OC named Flare. That OC actually has a very funny history. Bridge constructed by the Lamorne during the Machine Era. Used for material deliveries to the facility above the lava lake. Foundation and deck deployment can be initiated using kinetic energy from Viola. Cool. Let me check below first. But yeah, the OC named Flare, kind of hard to explain, but I've never talked about some of my other OCs, because honestly, some of my OCs are like stuff I'm going to use for stories, like novel-sized stories and whatnot. Upgrade required to traverse lava. Okay, thanks, I guess. But Flare is an alien from a planet of people that are, like fire beings. And the way I always envisioned them was their skin kind of looked like molten lava. So, blackened and, patchy. And her hair is pure fire. But originally, when I came up with her, she was a male named Spike. Spelled exactly like my name. And you'd think, oh, so your OC is a stand-in for you. No, I'm actually named after that OC. Because the OC came first, and then I started signing my name with it in games. And originally, Spike was from a story that I wrote for a grade school Halloween project. And then I decided to put him in a different project that was a sci-fi story that I never wrote. And then I ended up reusing him for an unrelated story in my creative writing class in high school with 2 other OCs for a story called Jump Squad, which is a sci-fi parody in the same vein as Red Dwarf, the British sci-fi sitcom. And in the years since, I have more or less, there's the Oculus slide, changed Spike to be a woman named Flare, and the other 2 characters were also swapped to women. And it's a bit different now. But since that OC was no longer named Spike, I was able to change my Persona's name to Spike and not have any confusion, because my Persona was originally named Drake, as a play on the fact that he is a Drake, a dragon with no wings. We do not need mentally scared demon children running around with Chozo tech, it's true. Interesting, there is an orange dot on my minimap that I just noticed. It seems to be below me. Emergency bridge retraction triggered at the facility. The route will remain impassable until a new bridge deck is installed. Okay. Cool. Were you in Nuri's stream when I mentioned my secondary persona? I think I saw a part of that conversation, but I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at something else at the time. Interesting. Samus seems to float for a moment before falling. But yeah, like I have like 3 main OCs that are all tied to different stories I want to write. Aside from my persona, one of them I've mentioned before. That's the one for the novel that I'm actively trying to research for. Also, it looks like there's nothing I can do here, so I'm going to turn around. He is a dragon detective named Zaris. And he is part of the urban fantasy story that I've been saying I'm going to work on for years. I had a feeling. Oh, another Cybot. More than one. Then there's Flare, which is from a story that I originally had titled Jump Squad, but instead have renamed to Iron Lizard, named after the ship that she's on. Because I was trying to think of a name for the ship, and I wanted to make it a joke being the worst weapon in a video game. And the only thing I could think of was the Iron Lizard from Metal Slug, and it sounded like a good enough name for a ship. Because it made me think of the Stainless Steel Rat, which was a sci-fi story that I read when I was in grade school. Sci-fi novel, to be more accurate. And then the third OC, I don't think I've ever mentioned to anyone, and that is an android by the name of Stranger, who I haven't really fleshed out that much. Originally the story was supposed to be post-apocalyptic and deal with android morality in humans, but I've since wanted to swap it to be about different classes of androids. The old class, which are the less humanoid ones, and the new class, which are almost indistinguishable from humans. So it's still going to be about android morality, but rather than being between androids and humans, it's between androids and androids. And I haven't talked about that story at all, because I haven't fleshed it out as much. Sorry, I don't get to talk about my stories often, so I may be rambling. Character once made an offhand comment in RP comparing the lack of probability of something to his odds of sleeping with Nina, my friend's OC, who is a literal goddess of joy. Oh yeah, I heard something about octuplets. Continued, this escalated to a date, and then a sexual encounter with said goddess, and then him becoming the champion and mate, and they ended up with octuplets. Yeah, I saw that part, but I didn't know what you were talking about. It's a lot of kids. Reptile morphology, Vernon. This is sharp claws on the tips of its legs to crawl on the ground. On walls, reptile variant evolved to thrive in hot environments. Hey, buddy. Ow. What? Oh. Buddy. Just so many of these doors need to be scanned. One plasma torch. Cuts metal using high heat arc plasma. Used to slice waste materials into manageable sizes. Oh. Oh. Pyramites is seized with a single light-emitting iron box and 8 clawed feet will approach intruders in its territory and trigger an explosion to repel them. God damn it, how many missiles does it take to kill you? Oh god, how many missiles was that? Got wombo comboed by them. You know, it's technically more of a burst of energy than an explosion. I think you're right, honestly. Industrial equipment for extracting recyclable materials from waste equipped with plasma torch. Get equipped with plasma torch. Oh. Yep, something up there. I'm supposed to wheatley crabs. No one here is going to understand that except for anyone who was in Nuri's stream. But I understood it, and that's the important thing. Fire chip acquired. A chip made by the Lamorne Galactic Federation engineer level 4 or higher can modify this chip and integrate it into your suit. Well, he's an engineer. You're gonna make me backtrack all the way to Fury Green, aren't you? Engineer must defend. Put sentry here. I don't know why I just said that. But, you know, sometimes when you say something, it just activates me like a sleeper agent. It's always some fucking Gmod or YouTube poop quote that I know. Some other nonsense. I will... Back to Fury Green we go. Are you autistic and or ADHD? I'm sorry, have I never said this? I have borderline autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, and generalized anxiety disorder. I'm surprised I haven't actually said that where you heard it. Yes, I was diagnosed with originally Asperger's syndrome at a very young age. I don't remember how old. As well as ADHD. And then I got re-diagnosed as an adult, and my diagnosis was updated to autism spectrum disorder. Memory is that bad? Don't worry, mine's just as bad. I have a habit of saying something and then forgetting what I said when someone responds to me. It's actually been a kind of a problem on stream where I'll ask a question or say something and someone will respond to it and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Looks like you found some Lemoyne technology in Flarepool. I'm pretty good with machines. Want to bring it back to base camp so I can take a look?
I'm not opening my map, I know where he is. You can't make me open the map. You can't. Okay, it's really bothering me. Yes! Yes! Yes, I know where he is. I know where base camp is. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I really appreciate you reminding me of the thing that I was already going for. I really, truly appreciate being reminded what I'm about to do. Diagnosed with Asperger's originally too. Autism, ADHD be like something in response to your activation comment that was like, wait, a spike, what, either of those? Yeah, so my autism isn't as severe as it is for most people. I mean, officially, I'm only borderline autistic. I got the TISM, but I don't have a lot of its quirks. So, life has been fairly manageable. It was a lot worse when I was younger, but as an adult, I've kind of mellowed. The anxiety has been more crippling, honestly. But since I stopped taking my ADHD medication, my anxiety has been a lot more manageable. We'll say the whole internet being shit has made my anxiety worse than it's the worst it's been in quite some time, probably a couple years actually, because I have to make a change to my insurance and I wasn't able to do it while the internet was shit because I couldn't get the site to load. It's not like super vital. Like, I'm not going to be in danger or in trouble or anything, I hope. If I don't get it fixed, but I would like to get it fixed because I never did that. I don't know why I never did that. I guess I just assumed that it would update automatically and it didn't, but it's whatever. Likely gonna get it done tomorrow, so the internet's been fine, and hopefully it stays that way. There should be an options menu setting for those reminders to adjust if when. I don't know if you're saying that there is or that there should be. I don't know how literal you mean by there should be. But I do know there was a tutorials thing that you can turn off. Right, but there should be also can mean there is in that specific context, and that's one of the confusing things about English. Yeah. There is a tutorials thing, and that might be tied to it, so I probably could turn that off, but then I won't. Then it won't help me when I actually need it. But yeah, so the funny thing is with that specific complaint is Prime 1 actually does do the same thing. Prime 1 actually has a really annoying habit of telling you where to go too soon. Like, you start walking around just for 2 minutes after you do something, it's already telling you that it found something, you should go here. Prime 2 has the exact opposite problem where it takes far too long to tell you. You can be wandering around for 2 hours and it will never tell you where to go. This game seems to take the Prime 1 approach, but is slightly more annoying because it'll remind you over and over again instead of once. Because Mackenzie yelled at me at least twice to go to the volcano.
Welcome back, Samus. Come on, show me what you found.
And the heaviness, but having an actual fight or flight response is really unfun, at least when caused by that you can't actually hit or flee. Caused by something that you can't. When caused by something that you can't actually hit or flee. So, my specific problem with anxiety is is basically my brain being mean. Where, let me give an example. I'm just gonna, this has nothing to do with anyone or anything. I'm just using it as an example. I say something to, say, Kohai. He doesn't respond because he's busy. Like, it's fine. It's not his fault. He's just busy. But he hasn't responded yet. So, clearly he hates me. No, he doesn't hate me. Maybe I said something weird. No, I didn't say anything weird. He didn't like what I said and he's just not saying anything. No, he wouldn't do that because he's my friend and he would say something if he was upset. But what if he was upset with me and he didn't want to make me feel bad? Like, it's that kind of negative feedback loop where my brain is just trying to find a reason to be upset over something that hasn't actually happened. Because it's trying to find a reason for me to be upset. And I have had some very low points since I started becoming a streamer. Since I've become a streamer, where certain interaction with friends and other streamers have made me feel like that I've done something wrong, even though they haven't said anything. And almost every single time it turns out to be nothing. It got better when I stopped taking my ADHD meds. Because from 2022 to, I think, from summer of 2022 to fall of 2023, there was that period where I was still on my ADHD meds. And so some of the people that I've known as a streamer, I've known during that period. So that was when my anxiety was worse. Since I stopped taking them, my anxiety's gotten a lot better. So it doesn't happen as frequently. It doesn't happen as severely. But that's the problem I have. I'll say something to someone, and if I don't get a response right away, my brain just starts running through scenarios of what their reaction might be, and as soon as it lands on something negative, it just keeps coming up with more negative scenarios. But it doesn't always happen, because sometimes I'll say it'll just be normal, and nothing happens. Right now, I've been so worried about the insurance thing that my anxiety has been laser focused on that. So I could probably say something really weird to a streamer and my brain wouldn't even like react because I'm so focused on the insurance that I just went to get it fixed. But we all have our low points, and anxiety manifests in different ways. My anxiety mostly manifests with interactions with people. More often than not, people that I know really well or really respect. Not strangers or doctors.
Alright, what do you got? It looks like a circuit, and it seems like there's a chip inside. Okay, let me analyze it. Lemoyne Tech is really interesting. Oh, this is fascinating. I see. This program converts the energy that the device emits into thermal energy and highly amplifies it. If I tweak it and integrate it into your arm cannon, you should be able to use another new shot type.
Oh geez, that's almost existential. Sick. Fire shot! High heat rounds. Okay, the fact that it specifies one-shot ammo tells me that there are other ammo type or other ammo counts for how much it'll consume. Targets that burn and can melt ice. Wait.
You can now use the fire shot. You can shoot projectiles with extremely high temperature, so I bet targets will burn or melt when they're shot. If you find anything else, bring it into me. I'm dying to do more experiments.
Okay, so I can fire normally. That is certainly a choice. I actually don't mind that. I don't hate that. Something's bad in recent years, but honestly, I think that's about as much from tiredness as anything else. But when I was like in middle school and high school, sometimes it would trigger my fight or flight response, full on adrenaline in one rush. Oof. There was a brief period where my sister told me what an aneurysm was. And there was like, I think a solid 2 weeks where I was worried that I could just randomly die because of an aneurysm. And then I forgot about it. And then never thought of it again until a few years later.
Burn it all down with fire shots.
The elements of fire burst forth into this world. It was the first element that Lamorne learned to control. You must know its origins to be its master. Experience of those panic attacks and might wish it on Donald Trump, but very few others. That's valid. My name is Havin, and more than a Lamorne priest. I am one who freely commands the elements. One who wields well the power of elements shall explore it to the ends of the world and deepen their knowledge of it. If you have not yet mastered elemental power, come first to this place to learn and discover what the device has to teach. Lock unit cold. Lamorne made locking system. String cold. Surge of electricity. Large gate barring access to the rear chamber. Activation of a separate device will cause it to open. Ring made of processed metals and modeled after a plant's leaf contour, or however you pronounce that. Stain is installed to a rail and is movable only while the pressure plate at the center is in use. Pressure plate trigger for providing the linked ring with psychic energy. The plate will sync if set upon, which activates the mechanism. Torch can be lit only by a flame that has passed through the eye of the ring. Aha! There we go. I understand. I personally am fine with talking about mental health because I believe that if I can be comfortable talking about my mental health and what I go through, other people will be comfortable to open up as well. Because there is a huge stigma about talking about mental health. Because there's a lot of really stupid people who don't believe it's real. And it makes people not open up about it because people think they might not be believed. So that is why I am comfortable talking about it. The only thing I ask is that we don't get too heavy, as that can make things awkward for everyone else. Stone statue of a Lemorn priest. Its inscription reads, "When Heaven holds the three elements, the chosen one shall bear a new light of life." I thought that would do something. We are done here. Also, Chad, I have not posted a schedule. I know I haven't done that yet. I am waiting to hear back from a few people for some streams this week. Mostly for whatever we're doing for Deep Rock. Because we're probably doing Deep Rock this week and I haven't heard back from one person.
Samus, welcome back.
So we can't do that yet. But also because I need to hear back from Dennis about when we're doing Earthbound, because I need to know if we're doing Earthbound Wednesday or Thursday, because Thursday is Christmas, but Dennis just moved with a group that I don't think is nearly as Christian as his family. So I don't actually know what his plans are for Christmas. Because I don't celebrate Christmas. My family has never celebrated Christmas. The only reason why we do anything on Christmas is because my grandma, who lives next door, celebrates Christmas. So, my family has always celebrated Yule. And recently, very recently, as I've started trying to lean more into Satanism, since, as I said before, I'm a very bad Satanist, because I don't really keep up with the religion too well. I want to put more emphasis on actually celebrating Yule and Sol Invictus, which is another holiday that's on the 25th. I talked about it in the server and said it was a Satanist holiday. And then, of course, Xeno had to be, actually, and talk about the Roman cult that started it. Pushes up glasses. Actually... And yes, I'm going to give him grief every time he does that. Mesopotamia. Whatever! Whatever! Xeno out here with the encyclopedia. Pointing to the exact page that proves me wrong. I should be careful what I say about him. He knows where I sleep. You are like that, though, is the thing. Don't even deny it. You are like that. You do that. It's really funny. Uh-oh. Green energy showers have strengthened this variant and altered its body markings, giving them a prominent green coloration. Cool. Now, I can sometimes be a bit much, go too far, etc., and try to be mindful and considerate about it, but also excessively worry about being annoying. Ah, fine. Something that I have said before is if someone has a problem with you and the person is reasonable, they will tell you. If they don't tell you, and they let you bother them, and just don't say anything, that is not your problem. Because if they had a problem with you, they should have said something so you can do something about it. And if they're not going to give you the courtesy of letting you know you've done something wrong, then tough shit on their part. Alright, so the only thing I did to those guys is they're now going to counterattack if I do something to them. Something Inyo, lesser known Greek war goddess who dealt with strife and oversaw the destruction of cities. Something else, Electo, Tisiphone, and Megara. Yeah, I know those names. I played Hades. Fuck, I didn't drop off my green crystals. It's fine. Okay, I gotta say the drifting is pretty satisfying in this. Would you be at all surprised if I told you the reason I have them memorized is because of my Leica story? Not really. I'm gonna be honest, as someone who has written stuff before about things I like, when you're passionate about something you're writing about, you will eventually wind up memorizing something completely unrelated just for that story. I have not done so myself. I haven't gotten that far enough in any of my stories. But I will be studying various mythologies for for my urban fantasy story. So it's probably going to happen. I am going to memorize some very... I keep pressing the wrong buttons for everything. I'm going to wind up memorizing something for use in the story. Because the very first step of my novel is creating the pantheon of gods. So I need to study mythologies I'm less familiar with in order to draw from that. Because like the different pantheon of gods, the different gods in my novel are all going to represent different parts of life and different concepts, and each one is going to be based on different mythologies. The only two gods that I have any stuff for at the moment is the goddess of the underworld, who is a redhead human-looking woman named Lucille, who is very, very obviously based on the devil. and the other one is more, not a true god, but his name is Loki, and it's more of a, in this setting, Loki is a title. Anyone who wields the staff of Loki becomes Loki, and the current Loki is a dragon. And since dragons are naturally immortal in my world, in my setting, he's going to be Loki for a very long time until he decides to pass it on, and currently he has no interest in doing so. And it's loosely based on Greek mythology because Loki wasn't treated properly by the other Norse gods, because he's not really a Norse god, he's a frost giant. But in this, he's not a true god because he's not immortal. He is just wielding the staff that gives him the godlike powers. So there's some contention. Why am I rambling about my story? Because someone's probably interested in it. Wow, that took multiple shots. Background element, possible subplot about Ava, Hiram, and Grace's ancestors coincidentally having been similar warrior team centuries prior, who likewise used mythological Namd. I don't know how to pronounce that. Like his ancestor chose the alias Electo. Grace's two ancestors, cousins, were Tisiphone and Megara. Hiram's ancestor was Deimos. I see. Okay. Winter capsules launched by the shipping system. Central cushioning absorbs all impact shock. Capsule capturing platform catches arriving cargo capsules. A scanner built into the floor confirms if cargo arrives safely and intact. Off-grid LED guide light. Uses oxygen and hydrogen from the surrounding environment, generating heat, light, and electricity. Cool. I see. Yeah, I'll probably, as part of my streaming career, I'll probably wind up talking more about my novel when I actually get started to writing it. Icebelt. Cool. And that's hopefully finally happening next year, because I was planning on either last week or this week continuing my research, but the internet problems prevented me from doing that. So I will be possibly doing that this week. I'm starting with Norse mythology since that's one I'm not familiar with. I was gonna... Oh yeah, I never said what mythologies I was actually going to read. It's only Frost Giant in Marvel mythos, and Norse mythos is half Jotun, half is... Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. I'm familiar with Greek mythology because I studied Greek mythology a lot as a kid. I read books. I love Greek mythology. I love the stories. And I'm familiar with... It's not really mythology, but I'm familiar with the Bible because of Catholic school. But there's only going to be two gods that I'm pulling from Christian mythos. One of them is Lucille, who is very, very loosely based on the idea of Lucifer. But in reality, she's more like Hades. And the other one is a character that I haven't really fleshed out yet, who is, rather than being based on God, is based on the angels. And the name that I'm currently giving him is Malachi. And I guess it would kind of be a spoiler if I actually start writing, but Malachi is supposed to be a subverted villain, where he seems like a good guy, but he's actually a rather big asshole. And I need to flesh him out more. Cable transport system, non-operational. I was going to study Norse, Egyptian, and Chinese mythology, and pull from those specifically. But I was also going to probably study Hinduism and Islam to maybe pull from that as well, but I don't know. But this is also mythologies that I just never really studied, so it would be very interesting to study, which just so happens to help with my novel. No, it's Scoutbot. Oh, that's the map thing. In a very mixed game, 2 human, he's an Aesir cyborg who was upgraded with technology of the hostile robots. It's a shame that game was so iffy and that the dev studio fucked around and found out with Epic Games. Yeah, I actually have that on Xbox 360 because they gave it away for free. Because they legally can't sell the game or something. If I remember correctly, that was made by the Eternal Darkness studio, and they are fucking dead because of that game. They no longer exist. I've actually streamed Eternal Darkness. I have a physical copy. I streamed it in 2022 before I was even affiliate. Puppy? Puppies? Oh, they don't look very friendly. I actually have Eternal Darkness signed by Jennifer Hale, who is Alexandria's voice actress. Canis morphology, snow wolf, carnivorous quadruped, living in the frigid regions of ice belts. Pack hunter that surrounds its prey, its cold natural habitat makes it ill-suited to warm climates. Warm, you say? Yeah, so I have some opinions on Prime 4 from what I have personally played so far. And I think by far my biggest problem is you can draw far too many parallels with Prime 1, and they all boil down to Prime 1 but worse, which is really unfortunate. At the end of the day, this is more Metroid, and I'm going to like it just for that alone. But man, you can tell that this game went through some development issues. Ow. And when Samus yells out in pain, she really yells out in pain. Whoops. So many of them. Oh god. Uh-oh. Alright. Was there something else I was supposed to be doing? Checkpoint? No, it's just a gauntlet. Okay. Wow, this game actually has checkpoints. First time I've seen the game over screen. This guy's hurt, and there's a lot of them, and I can't keep tabs on all of them at once. Puppy. Used to say kitty in response to creatures in games, movies, usually distinctly uncuddly ones like xenomorphs. So I still do that. Anytime something is like vaguely dog-shaped or vaguely cat-shaped, I'll say puppy or kitty. More recently, I have been doing things where anytime I see something vaguely dog-shaped in a game, I'll audibly say Kohai. I think I should probably be more in the center of this so I can see them. Okay, so they can be killed in a couple shot blasts. Let's see. I sort of want to see you play God of War Ragnarok because of that. Fortunately, I don't actually own the game. And I never finished God of War 2018, so it would be quite a bit before I can do that. I also need to actually do a test stream to make sure that I can stream from the PS5. Because I think I have what I need, but I haven't actually tested it to make sure everything would work and that it'll be comfy to set up. Because the PS5 is pretty massive. And I do not have a whole lot of space here. Oh damn, I didn't even mean to kill him. Yeah. Ah, thank God. God, it's such a gauntlet. No, I said that I have 2 human because I got it for free, and I never actually played it. I'm going to backtrack and hit the save point, and then I will turn. was just honestly mostly joking. I do want to play God of War Ragnarok. I'm just in no hurry to play it. Well, obviously I need to get the game first. My priority with games has mostly been Switch 2 and whatnot. There's actually a bunch of PS5 games that I want to get that I don't even have. I don't have Silent Hill 2 Remake, I don't have Silent Hill F, I don't have Resident Evil 4 Remake, I don't have Dead Space Remake, I don't have Astrobot. So I'm playing a long game of catch-up, and I can only get so much at once. It's like, I don't make a lot of money from Twitch, and my funds are somewhat limited, well, pretty limited outside of that, so I can basically get maybe 1 or 2 games a month, and that's it, and I got a lot of catch-up to do. As much as it would suck as a Nintendo fan, I actually kind of hope Nintendo puts out a few mid-games in a row, so I can play catch-up and get some more PS5 games. Because like if Nintendo puts out a game that I really want, I'm going to get it day one. I've been doing that. And I got a reprieve this month, at least from Nintendo, because they didn't put out a game this month. Well, no, they did. It was Prime 4. So I didn't get a reprieve. I'm stupid. I think next month is the new Mario the new Mario Tennis or something. But they haven't done it. They haven't done any like real marketing for it, so I don't even know if I want it. I never got Mario Tennis Aces. As far as I'm concerned, Mario Tennis peaked with Mario Power Tennis. So I don't know if I'm getting it. I might not get it at launch. But we'll see. Mario Tennis game is what the fuck's coming out in January? Or is it just Animal Crossing that's getting the upgrade in January? Because that upgrade is only $5 and I'm not buying the physical version. Cargo launcher. No. Card do not go launcher. Car go beep beep. In fact, the 2 human from the first 30 minutes. Baldurd is the protagonist. Fenrir is a killer robot whose disembodied consciousness is bound into his sword. Interesting. I know those names. Kind of. Or just Animal Crossing. I already read that. Well, that's good for me, because that means I might actually be able to get a PS5 game next month. Because I really want to play Silent Hill F. And I really want Astrobot. So I might get one of those. If I can. And if I get Silent Hill F, I'll probably wind up streaming it. Accessible once power has been restored. Electric lock, but I don't have electricity. So how am I going to unlock it? So here's your favorite in the game so far. What's also the only one that isn't just a straight line.
Place like this. Corporal Rigert Tokabi, Fed Sniper, Herc Unit Delta. It's good to finally cross paths with you, but tell me, where are we? We were deep in gunfire. I lost visuals, then woke with a busted comms unit and a leg to match. Now, I tried to access this terminal, but the only thing I could get operational was the gun. That's it. Then I see this here. What do you make of it?
I'll just scan that first, hang on. And those executive functions of the lobby and controls power to the pod maintenance gate. Can also provide access to a hologram schematic of the facility. So that's going to be the map. Transport tube. Gun. Spherical can use to neutralize the wild animals. Uses nuclear fusion to generate Pearson energy rounds. Fires up to 6,000 rounds per minute. Good God. In Norse mythology, Baldur is basically the pretty boy of the gods. Blind god Hod gets tricked into killing him, and at Ragnarok, Fenrir will break loose from his magic chain and eat Odin. So the reason cats have quiet footsteps and women don't have beards are because those are two of the things the dwarves use to forge their chain.
That is one powerful turret.
Retreatment informer hunter who specializes in long-range precision shooting. Armed with a KT-6116 short to long-range rifle with visor-length scope. Access code approved. Displaying hologram schematic of the laboratory. Hologram. Whatever.
Oh, you were able to activate this. A map of the facility. But it's corrupted. Ah, you want to go there. In that case, this elevator is the only way down. But the power's offline. One moment. There. That must be the generator room. I think we can bring it back to life. All right, you have the map. I'm no good with this leg, so I'll have to keep an eye on you from here. Luck be with you.
No, it's not a straight line at least. Alright. What was your name again? Tokabi. What kind of a name is that? So I'm gonna be honest, his delivery of his lines annoys me more than Mackenzie. Like, if I'm being real. Mackenzie isn't actually that bad. The problem is he's the Phi of the game early on, where he's just constantly telling you what to do and whatnot. But he's really no different than Miss Marvel. And I love Miss Marvel. Of course, I've never actually read a Marvel comic that had her in it, because she's a relatively new character, and the last Marvel comic I read was Never.
I'll keep an eye on things from here. Least I can do.
But, and what I've seen of her since, which is the brief time I was playing Marvel Strike Force, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and the MCU, I love Miss Marvel. She's great. She's just a nerd. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's offline. It's like, where am I going exactly? Can't go there. Something about an elevator going down. Oh, hello. God, this fucking map. How did I... How do I keep getting the maps stuck from underneath? Why does that keep happening? Where I just can't... Where I just get stuck under them. There's an incident where someone demanded Baldur's hand in marriage. The gods were basically like, sure, if you can identify him by just his feet. She picked the cleanest, whitest feet because Baldur is all beautiful and was actually an old guy god of the sea whose feet are washed clean every day by the waves of the beach. Ultimate Alliance gives me nostalgia because the first one was one of the games that came with your 360. I played the first one on Wii, and I never played the second one. Because we did not have an Xbox 360. Apparently there is an elevator going down. Over here. I don't remember Ultimate Alliance 1. I think 1 and 2 actually came to modern consoles as like a dual pack. So, I wouldn't be opposed to maybe streaming them. Or even just buying them. But I beat Ultimate Alliance 3 and I had a great time with it. I beat it solo. And basically the moment I got Miss Marvel, I never swapped characters. I didn't finish the DLC though. I did one of the DLCs and I unlocked Morbius and Blade and Jean Grey and whatnot, but I never finished the Doctor Doom DLC. It's a fun game. I actually had a lot of fun with it. It's also weird to have a Nintendo published Marvel game. Because if I remember correctly, that actually is a Nintendo game. That's the whole reason why it's exclusive, because Nintendo decided to publish it. It's so weird. Arthropod morphology, snow roach. Creature with a flat, soft carapace. Able to live in cold environments due to its high body temperature, though its volatile body will explode on contact. Really? Ow. I see. Ah! Aerial morphology, Dartwing. Bat variant with evolved arm and leg patagia. This creature will suspend its hind legs and glide through the air to attack its prey. Freak bats are galactic crabs. Yeah, hello. Psychic Lock Unit, developed during the Psychic Era, blocks passages with a ball of psychic energy. These locks can be released using collected TK codes. Ruptured pipes in the wall have led to frozen liquid obstructing the door's control hologram on this side. The door can be opened only from the other side. Controls access to vital experimentation samples and other dangerous items. Locks can be collectively managed from the control room. Locked. Locked. Lasso. Okay. Access an encrypted file, Research Diary, Day 1, Endeavor. Data downloaded to logbook. My name is Targon, and I am a researcher at this facility. I am writing this to have a record of my experiments. When the great tragedy occurred, many fled the danger within the research center. However, at the guidance of Priest Chitoya, a few of us stayed in order to perform an analysis of and experiments on Griever anatomy. Our hope is to reverse the transformation by administering a solution of processed green energy to subjects brought to the facility. I want to believe we can succeed. Alright. Wait, have we been killing Lamorne? Chat? Have we been killing transformed Lamorne? That's not a reassuring data log. Floor security display shows the locations and current state of security doors in this floor, currently offline. Control security system on this floor, currently offline. The linked activation device is nearby. Is it, though? Well, the lore just suddenly got a lot more interesting. Cool.
Samus? You hear me? I patched into the facility's speakers. I can use them to communicate. I noticed that several rooms were unlocked at once. That was you, wasn't it? Nice.
Thank you.
Proceed with caution. You never know what's
Now, I actually should probably be destroying containers because I actually have an ammo count now. I have 2 ammo counts, as a matter of fact. The data logs in this area and this area in general is why I said there's more lore that you get. Okay. That's true. You did say that earlier. Well, it just suddenly got a lot more interesting because of that. Because now I'm questioning what happened to the Lamorne. Oh. Do none of these have shock or shot ammo? Task arm for performing internal and external repairs on cryopods. Mostly unrelatedly, can we briefly talk about how pretty the light beam visuals in Prime 2 are? I'd have to play Prime 2 again because it's been a couple years since I last played it. Research Diary Day 39, Security. Oh, most definitely. Alright, I missed one, so I will read that. in a moment. And we're almost at the end of the stream. Research sample FG004, GE dosage 0.5 GRE, status no abnormal cell mutation or multiplication. Research sample containing a TK code. TK code fragment collected. Research sample FG016. GE dosage 1.2 GRE. Status cell multiplication is within normal value range. Research sample FG021. GE dosage 1.9 GRE. Status no abnormal effects from dosage increase. Okay, those don't look like Lemoyne, those look like other things. Almost look like stuff from Fury Green, actually. Some of the other code is in here. DNA sample storage case. Stores and displays airtight vials containing Nova DNA. Scanners are built into the vial holders to monitor the samples. Lasso. Cover conceals a ventilation shaft. Its metals have deteriorated in the extreme cold and can be shattered by strong impact. Tunnel for maintenance tanks connects to tracking operations across the hallway. Nova DNA sequencer. Lemoyne device for complex genetic sequencing, used to identify organisms and analyze genetic mutations. I think I know what we're getting. Search accessing encrypted file. Research diary day 21. Gifts. Right. Gifts. Priest Chatoya wants to install something in this room. Apparently it will be a gift to the one who will become our savior at some point in the future. But do we not need a savior right now? If our efforts are not the priority, then do the Lemoyne have a future? All we can do right now is continue the experiments and believe that we will see results. I pray for the day when I can leave this dark, freezing lab and walk under the sun again. Security. Cryopods containing subjects are arriving at the lab almost daily. The pods put them into cold hibernation and maintain minimal life functions. Operation of the cooling equipment has been deemed absolutely essential, so the system has been designed to continue functioning even if the entire facility were to fall into low power mode. Similarly, thorough inspection and repair of cryopods is one of our highest priority tasks. Psychic Lasso. Enhances control over psychic energy, allowing it to be coiled into a rope. The rope can physically grab onto objects and pull them. Get over here! I can't do the voice. While using ZL to aim at a target, use L, clicking the left stick to attach the psychic glass, so then use L to pull. TK rope! Oh, fuck. I didn't see that was there. I'm going to legally distinctly appropriate this idea for things. A throat expansion. And it really expands my shots. I don't know why I say things. I would like to go through the door. So something on the other side. I also need to find a save point. Oh, right, it was frozen shut. My face ball hurt my face. Good. So, like, is there any reason to open that, or? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that. Was a scan for that object? It was some DNA. Oh, to get you to check the other ones. Okay. Hello. This mobile contain a TK code. There we go. DNA sample ID G486. Sequence state incomplete. Host state stable. I can't do anything with it. Ah, but the scanner's already holding one. Access code approved. Display an organism laboratory hologram. Data download authorized. Just a map. Why does the map sometimes put me below everything and then I can't see anything because I'm below instead of above? Why does this keep happening? Every time I get something new on the map, it puts me below the stuff instead of above. What the fuck? Every time. Oh. Blame Miyamoto just because he's been like taking a backseat to ow. He's been taking a backseat to game development. He's more of a producer or consultant now. I mean, honestly though, the man was a visionary for its time, but it's clear not all of his ideas were good. I mean, for GoldenEye, he wanted to have James Bond at the very end shake everyone's hands to show that he didn't kill them. Which begs the question if he's ever watched James Bond. So try to screw over projects that weren't his sometimes. Supposedly well, okay. There was a rumor. Not a rumor. Tommy Tallarico claimed that Miyamoto personally asked him to help out with Metroid Prime, which is bullshit for two reasons. One, he's not even mentioned in the credits. And two, Miyamoto hates Metroid, or at least did at the time. So he wanted nothing to do with Prime. Or would not have wanted anything to do with Prime. Yes, I realize as I said that that's not what you were talking about, but I decided to keep going with it because I didn't know what else to do. Oh. So try to screw over projects on his. I don't know which one specifically, but I do know that he is the reason why Paper Mario was so fucked up for a bit. Because he suggested not using any recurring Mario characters. Like Paper Mario characters. So they were stuck with, like, Kamek, Bowser Jr., and generic Mario characters. Instead of, Goombella, Goombario, Bo, Vivian. Or even Cammy. Cammy's just fucking gone as of, I think either Super Paper Mario or whatever came after it. Mechanoid, light maintenance tank. Smaller version of the regular maintenance tank, developed to perform tasks in narrow passages. Call something about him hating Star Fox. That I haven't heard, but I also haven't heard the opposite, so I wouldn't be able to confirm or deny. Or, prove or disprove, rather. You're really gonna make me do another one, huh? Oh. Really, more on top of grapple beam and variance is another thing whose visual effects are really like in the Prime games. They're pretty cool. Day 57, anxiety. Cool, okay. We are going to stop here. Ow! Ooh. trying to crack a joint and didn't do it the right way. Okay. Dennis has not responded to me, so that is... Okay. We talked about anxiety earlier. I was going to make a joke about one of Kohai's albums, because he has an album called Anxiety. But I didn't think it would land because I think the people currently in chat aren't familiar with that album. Kohai does music. Okay. Now, I'll read the Anxiety logbook. Don't think I knew he does music. Yeah, he is a musician on basically every music platform. He has an album called Anxiety, and he has a few other songs that are outside of the album. Anxiety. Green energy dosage results show no significant benefits at this time. Essentially, a rapid increase in cellular proliferation speed and a doubling of the number of cells increases growth and affects vitality. Why has this vector taken such an abnormal turn? And what can be done to shift it back to its original direction? Our time is limited, and I'm worried about our remaining stockpiles. Let me just save now. Fun fact, actually, Kohai's music has actually brought me out of panic attacks before. I haven't had a panic attack in a long time, though. I don't know if it's his music or his voice, but... yeah. Music is very powerful for me. Music can have a calming effect on me, especially certain songs. Alright, so let me see here. Is Kohai still streaming? I can't tell. No, that's not from Discord. No. Because if Kohai is streaming, we're going to raid Kohai. I don't think he's streaming at all the rest of this week, but he did kind of just suddenly go live. No, he's not streaming. Alright, is Neri still streaming? No. Okay. Well, then I know who we're going to raid. We're going to raid Spoony. Spoony is a very talented artist. And a very entertaining streamer. They are currently streaming for a reverse subathon where they're playing bad horror games, and it looks like they are on Garten of Banban, so good luck to them, I guess. I actually contributed to this reverse subathon. The game that I suggested was Aoni, because it was the worst horror game I played in recent memory. I don't know if they've gotten to it yet, but if I missed it, I am going to cry. So, that's all go to them. Or show them some love. So, they are not cool with being pet, actually. They have a shirt that says "Do not pet," and they actually have that shirt in real life, which I think is really funny. Oh, okay, I see what you mean now. Okay, okay. No, I'm stupid. I'm also tired. I also am probably zooted on caffeine right now, which may or may not be a bad thing. So, you want to hang out after stream? I have a Discord. Going to keep up with my bullshit and our other updates. I have a Blue Sky. If you miss a stream, I have a VOD channel on YouTube. So I have not posted my schedule. Because I am still waiting to hear back from some people, but assuming everyone is cool with what we're doing, tomorrow is going to be Chibi Robo, Wednesday is going to be Earthbound, Thursday, which is Christmas, is going to be Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and Friday is going to be Deep Rock Galactic. I am waiting to hear back from one person on Deep Rock, and I need to hear back from Dennis about Earthbound. I have not checked my server since I've gone live, so I have no idea if the other Deep Rock person has responded, and I did not see a notification from Dennis, which means he hasn't responded. So, I don't know yet. I'm not posting my schedule until I hear back from both of them. And given that Dennis has been going offline a lot lately, I have no idea when I'll hear back from him. I haven't heard from him at all today. So, we'll see where that goes. But, in the meantime, if you would like to join in on the raid message is Dapper Dragon Raid. You can use whatever emotes you want as long as you copy the raid message. That's all I care about. Regardless of what's happening Wednesday through Friday, tomorrow will be Chibi Robo. So we will be continuing that. And I hope to see you all then. Don't remember what we were doing, because I think I skipped last week because of the internet issues. Actually, just quickly before we go live, let me see what my internet's even at. I clicked that, what the fuck? Internet speed seems to be normal, so maybe things are finally going back to normal. Alright, so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!